Let's ask him a lot of questions.
Sure, I would like to. Please do ask me a lot because this talk is not really long. And first I want to, my name is Hu Jinjun, and my topic is the whys of China's workers. And this talk given by the lady called Leslie or what?
Leslie?
Yeah, Leslie. Yeah. And first I want to ask you a question. I mean, because this is my I did ask this question for somebody, and because I'm a little bit confused, what's the difference between Chinese workers and China's workers? Is there anyone you knows this?
Maybe Chinese workers, they are Chinese natives. China's workers means some people work in China.
Yes.
They can be foreigners. Chinese workers can work all around the world.
That's correct. And but I mean, this topic is very interesting, and the only reason I chose it is because it has something with China. And I've been watching many videos, I mean, from the TED Talk, but I've never seen, anything that they talk about China. And so this makes me very curious and what they are trying to tell about what happened to China's workers. And she introduced at the beginning, I mean, after the Industrial Revolution or globalization, I mean, the whole world is like one market of they united together, and they have very close relation. But there are something wrong with the developed country and the developing country. And she used one example of the Apple Store. And most of the people in China, they work in this Apple Store. Most of the people, they are under 20 years old. And some of them, they went to this place, went to this factory since they were 15. I mean, most of them are very young. And but there are some problems happen to those people. Most of them, they came from rural area, from the village, and they went to those factories and worked there with a very poor condition. And most of them, 50 people, they stay in one room and share one bathroom. And the condition is almost like a prison. And I'm surprised because I lived in China many years, but I don't know any information about those people. And what I have been introducing to foreigners, I mean to the people around me, I tell them China is almost like a developed country, and we have a lot of freedom. And I'm trying to tell them there are some strong, prejudice or bias that's wrong. But when I heard this, when I saw this video, I got shocked. Actually, there are many people in China are living in a very poor condition. And probably many of you heard probably a few months before, probably happened last year, someone just jumped from the top of the building of the Apple company and they died. I mean, what's wrong with the developed country? And with the developing country is they are trying to build a lot of factory in those developing countries like China or India because of the cheap labor. Because in China, they pay those people almost like less than $1 per hour. And so that's why, we can imagine, now we want to buy an iPhone for $700 here. But if the people, the owner of those factories, they want to earn the same amount of money, they want to earn the same amount of money here, and they want to hire the worker here, they have to pay at least $15 to the United States, Americans. So that means, if they increase like this, the price is going to be very high. So the customers, they don't like it. For instance, that's almost 15 times more. So it's going to be, the iPhone going to be like $10,000 around that. So customers, they don't like it. So those people, in order to make the money, so they build a factory in developing country like China and India. But it's okay for them to build a factory in those developing countries, but they are not paying the workers fired. And there's another thing she mentioned is called isolation. Isolation generally means those people don't know what they are doing, and that's how it works in capitalism, or how it works. Because I want to give you an example and see how it works. For instance, this person, this girl, she went to this factory. She worked there, and her job is putting that part into this part. And she has been doing this job for 5 years, and now she is 20 years old. But she doesn't know anything about the product. She doesn't know anything about what she is doing. And so when this lady went to China and done the research, and she did ask her that what exactly is your job you are doing, she said she doesn't know. And the only thing she knows is called, she told this lady, is called 七夕. 七夕means, she probably knows this English letter means C, but in Chinese, this one Q, we pronounce qi. And eventually she got the idea it means quality control. But she doesn't even know, what she is doing for 5 years. So that's kind of sad, because that's the kind of isolation from part of her work and the product she is making. So, she doesn't even know. And most of the people, they are facing a lot of difficulty with the job they are doing, because they feel nothing. They do not feel the happiness about the job where they are doing. And most of the people, some people, they commit suicide is because they think they don't want to quit the job. Oh, I cannot say they don't want to quit the job. They want to quit from that job, but after that they cannot find other kind of job, because they went to that factory when they was 15 years old, and now they are 20 years old. And the only information they know is putting that stuff into their stuff. Once they quit, they cannot find another job from another place or another factory. So they don't know any technical skill, or they are not highly educated people. So that's kind of sad. So they are thinking, they are kind of feel like they are a slave, and they cannot change their destiny. So some people, they choose, to commit suicide. Yeah, and the final, finally, I want to provide some suggestion to respond to this TED Talk. I really hope that those factories, the owner of those factories, they really need to help those people, help them to learn some technical skill and educate them. Because when they went to those factories, they really want to learn something. And after that, they can find, they can change their social mobility. They can change their job. They don't want to be as a slave forever. They want to move, and they want to work. They are working very hard, and they want to change. They want to make their life better and better. But in this way, they can never change their status in the society. So, yeah, that's my suggestion. Thank you. Any questions you want to ask?
So I think, this topic is, the voice of China's workers. I can think somehow, I think the speaker maybe want to say that the workers are the sacrifice of the development of China. Because, maybe the United States and some other developed countries build their factories in China, and China can get some foreign exchange, you know. Well,
To get some foreign exchange.
yeah,
Like what? Money or what?
yeah, money, you know, dollars. Wait, what?
那个就
Wait.
叫外汇。foreign exchange
Sorry, sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't really understand what you.
Well, you know the foreign exchange. Maybe we provide labor to the foreign countries, and they give us money. That's called foreign exchange.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, before I was curious. I think actually why people think it's not good, but before I thought it should be very good because based on the developed country, they have those technology, they know how to build those kind of stuff, but we don't. So they open the factories and they find, and our people in China, they can find a lot of job opportunity and they can find a job. But what I'm thinking is, it's very good that you are giving this opportunity for those people to find a job, but it's not in this way. I mean, they are now treated like a human being. I mean, first they are being strongly isolated, and they don't know what their partner doing, their job. They have no conversation about their job, and they don't know what they're doing. I've never had any kind of job, but what I imagine, if I'm doing something like a robot, it's just putting this stuff every day, and I don't even know what I'm doing for 5 years, that's very sad.
Yes.
And also there's another thing, they are not giving very good pay. $1 is not enough to change their destiny. Oh, there's another story I want to tell you. I almost forgot. And that's ridiculous. I don't like it. It's because those factories, they are very big. So what they do is they isolated this whole group of people and into a circle. What you are doing here, you're making the job, you are doing this job, and you're making money here. For instance, this month you make $200. They build a factory, they build another store like King Super or Target or whatever. They do not allow you to go outside. They only allow you to spend money here, and the store is opened by those Apple company. So it's like a circle. You never spend all your money. I mean, they hardly send any money to their hometown. And so you earn the money here and you spend the money here, and all the money goes back to go to the, I don't know whom, but it's kind of very sad.
Because
And
the manufacturer factory is kind of very big. It's like a small city. They have their own ambulance. Even have their own ambulance. Everything they build there belongs to the manufacturer factory, not just boxes. Some other manufacturer factory is together in Beijing. So they kind of build a town. Every people lives there. Everything they spend, everything they use, it belongs to those factories. So that's how it works.
yeah, I understand that in the part. I mean, for business, all their purpose, they want to make money. That's the only purpose or the only reason why they are there. But what I'm saying, those people are providing benefits to you. I mean, at least you need, what I'm thinking in this way is, if somebody helps me to earn money, if all of you are helping me, I'm staying here and enjoy my swimming pool or a big house to join. I mean, I need at least I need to treat them very good, because I got this rich is because of them. So at least, what I'm thinking, you just give them a little bit more money, or give them a little bit education, and to help to change their social mobility. And because people want to change their life better and better every day, because everybody thinks in this way. But if in this situation, they can never, ever, this person cannot ever from this workplace change to the manager, because managers knows more stuff than putting this stuff to here. So that's obviously they cannot ever change their social mobility. So yeah, that's kind of sad.
I think nobody can change. If the wages go high, the manufacturer companies, they can make profits, and So Apple definitely moved their factories to Pakistan, Southeast Asia. So the company bankrupt, the workers can't find any jobs in China. And the only thing that the factory can do is they move Foxconn from Shenzhen to Henan because they have lower life standard, because the wages can be a little bit lower. Because actually the workers in Shenzhen, they are paid
Higher.
higher, yes, because actually some kind of from the social criticism, because a lot of people commit suicide a few years ago, so actually they have to pay more to the workers in Shenzhen, so actually they moved their factory to Henan.
Yeah, I understand that part, but that also doesn't solve the problem. I mean, they're thinking, you know.
There's no ways to solve this problem. And I have to tell you another thing. If the worker has some problem with his manager, the manager wants the worker to work for extra time. That's the way of punishment.
You mean those workers are working for the extra time?
No, I mean the workers are paid per hour, right?
Yeah, that's right.
If the worker has problem with his manager, the manager won't let him work extra hours,
Yes.
so he didn't get any money for extra work. That's the way of punishment. Actually, the workers, they want to get extra work because that's the reason they went to this factory. They can't always be farmers in their hometown, but actually they want to get more, so they have to suffer. That's sad, but actually in this kind of situation in China, I don't think there is a kind of fast solution to solve it, because if China owns the technology, they don't have to be the manufacturer company.
Yeah, I understand that part, but what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how much money. I mean, for sure they are having better life, or I wouldn't say they are having better life than they came from the rural village, but they definitely earn more money than in the rural area.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is, if you just dig, or you being a farmer in the farm, that's something meaningful life. You know, you grow something and you put some water, it grows. That you have a connection between your product, you grow, and with you have relation. But those workers, they don't understand what they are doing, and they don't have any skills about, they don't have any knowledge about what they are making. It seems isolated between the relation with the product and the people. So that's kind of suffering to those people. Because we are human beings, we're just not like eat and sleep. That's not what we need. We need something more. Yes, it doesn't mean that you have $200 there and you have only $100 in the farm. It doesn't mean that $200 life is better. So what I'm saying is they can help them to make their life a little bit better. So yeah, the situation with those workers are very stuck there, you know. And also there's another point is, once those factories move to another country, for instance, now China is from developing country to the developed country. So the labors might be increased a little bit. So they are going to move those factories to China, or to India, or to Afghanistan, or to whatever. But once they move, suddenly those workers will lose their job and they don't know what they're going to do. That's very, very, very sad. Okay.
Do you have a question?
Yes, actually, more for curiosity. How are the working laws?
Oh, Jeff, do you have working laws?
Yes, like minimum wage to work or minimum salary? No.
Sorry, I don't.
You know, in the U.S., we have minimum wage, the lowest amount of pay you can make an hour, and it changes from state to state, $7 an hour or $8 an hour. Do you guys have that?
We have a minimum wage per month.
Oh.
Less than, for example, in Shanghai, it's a little bit over $200 per month. That's
Okay.
minimum wage.
Okay.
Actually,
many hours?
yeah, per month.
How many hours of work?
Uh,
Like,
I think there are no limited time.
Yeah, there's no specific definition about how much money they make. I mean, there is variety and it's dramatically different even from this city to another city. But what she said is those workers, it costs 3 months. I mean, they would have to work 3 months in that factory, and they can buy an Apple phone. So, thank you.
Thank you.